Today we're going to replace the screen on this broken iPhone 6 Plus, 6S. You can see very broken there. The screen is cracked along the top here, and that looks like it's had a bit of a rough time. So let's get this one open and we'll get the screen replaced. So the bottom, the screws which hold the screen in are just the same as the iPhone 6 Apple pentalobe screws. So they come out with a pentalobe screwdriver. And now this is where it gets different. This screen is stuck on, or it has an adhesive in here to stick it on, so we need to get something to remove that, or not remove it but loosen it off. So we'll use the the old suction cup to get a good grip on it if we can. And they're cracked, they don't really hold the air very well, so it's a bit difficult. A smaller one. Just trying to squeeze my finger in there with my nail under there. It's a bit difficult. There we go. A bit. Just go around to the edge so that I'm not getting anywhere near that home button. Doing quite a lot of, try a harder plectrum that's not going to bend. Okay, around there. Get this other one and just slide it around this side. So it's, from here it's just the same really as the iPhone 6, but you've got to loosen off that adhesive as you go. So it should just lift up really. It's not like an iPad, you don't need to heat it all up and spend an hour trying to get into the thing. It's just fairly quick. There we go. And then once you get to about there you start thinking, hang on a minute, I think that's stuck on something, but it's not, it's just because of the adhesive. So just get that off. Very thin adhesive. And then we'll try and switch it off. I'm not sure if the touch screen works, so don't know if that's registering, don't think so. So we'll just unplug it, take the battery out. This is the same as the iPhone 6 as well. It's slightly different, but for the screw bit, the screws are exactly the same. So then we'll just undo that battery. The screen's gone off. And then take off this cover plate. And keeping the screws in some sort of system up there. Take that off and put it next to them. Right, now we just need to undo these connectors here. So you can do this with your fingernail. You just slide under, clip it up. There's 3 on this. 1, 2, 3, and then the whole thing just lifts off. A little bit of adhesive there. So put that there. We don't need them anymore. So now we need to get the home button off because that needs to be transferred with the phone to the new screen. So So same thing again, keep the screws safe. I think this one's been replaced before, because that's on the wrong way around. That should be underneath that bracket, not on top of it. I'm going to confirm that right now to see if this home button, see how easy it is to get the home button out. Yep, definitely there's no, it's not sticking as it would if it was brand new. It's just right out. Usually you would need to heat that up, but it makes my job easier. So next, I need to transfer the speaker assembly. Another wee bracket here which has some sort of stickiness on it. Just unstick that. Bracket there. It's the speaker. And then we just need to pop these out. You do need to be a bit careful here because these can, it is quite easy to separate the connector from the, not the connector, I'll show you, the sensor from the back of this. Right, here we go. So we should be able to just push this up, but I think we might need to use the heat. Oh, there we go. Good. Good, that's come out, and then we just need, so we don't need the heat actually, just need to be brave. Because like I say, I have had some issues with him before where it'll break off the sensor. I'll show you what sensor I'm talking about in a minute. So now we'll come in from over here, from over here, and just loosen off this microphone here. Right, I'm going to give that a bit of the heat, because although the guides might tell you that you just push it out, if you damage it then it's annoying. So we just give it a bit of heat and that will stop any annoyances, because it should just slip off now. Can you see? There we go. It'll just let, well, this adhesive's starting to stiffen up again now. We got the whole lot. Anyway, so it's stuck on, this is a little earpiece speaker bit and it's just stuck on there. It's just a little rubber bit that holds the speaker in place. And here's the bit that we were having trouble with. So this sensor here just flaps out. That one's, come on, if I put it here. Yeah, this one here just flaps out, but then this one's in a little plastic housing, and if you get it wrong, you rip that one off. This is the proximity sensor, so that means that when you put the phone up to your ear, it won't turn off and you'll be pressing buttons when you're phoning people and hanging up on them. So that's why I usually give it a bit of heat there just to ease that one out, but I didn't need it. Just need to do it the right way. This is the ambient light sensor, this one here with the shiny bit on it. So if you've not got that, then your screen might appear dark, and this is the microphone for up the top, which is like works with the other microphone down the bottom to give a sort of good sound. And that's the front facing camera there with a fingerprint on it now. So I'll just put that out the way over there. Now we need to get this shield off the back of the screen because this is going to go into the new one as well. And we're going to need a bit more heat for this as well. Okay, so now we need to remove this piece of tape here that's holding this. This is the display cable here. So we're just going to heat it up. You can use an eye opener for this. I'm just going to use the gun because I've got it. So then we come down here with a pick, and we just want to separate that little bit off of there. This little bit of tape here, which doesn't want to come, so we'll try it with the tweezers. So we're just taking that bit of tape off of there. Just being careful so I don't break the bit of tape, because it's good to have it on the new screen as well. There we go. And then this side as well, just this little tab here. You really could have done a flat ended pair of tweezers instead of these ones for this. Let's them both off, so then we just pull this down. Oh, I forgot to screw up here. That sneaky one. There we go. So this one is rubbish now. You see this is different. It's got a metal back on the screen rather than there. And here's the new guy. So just before we go and fit it all up, we'll do a little test just to make sure it's good. Let's try that on. Oh, battery. We've got some light. And touch. Right, good. So, just unplug that again. And we'll continue. Strange bit there, worrying, but we'll get over it. So now on this, we need to remove this red bit. We don't want that on there. Didn't see a red bit on the old one, did you? No, so it comes off. And this little sticky bit also will come off. Not sure what the point of that is. This bit's obviously here. This little blue bit here is here to connect the home button connector. I don't know if I said connect or protect there. It should have been protect. Just get rid of this glue as much as I can. screw that one in, and then put the screws down the side. I always like to put the shield on first, just to get it out of the way, because it's like the most screws. Let's just get some of these screws off the desk. Before someone comes in and splashes something all over the desk, or there's some sort of problem. So just putting these screws back in still. I thought I had an extra screw, but it's a bit of glue. A bit of that glue off the bottom. Okay. And then let's get the home button on so we can stop thinking about that. So this home button connector is just like left flapping in the breeze here. So home button's in, and then home button's in there, and then connect it up, and then the little bracket will go back on, and that does go under there. I was wrong about that. Still not convinced this is the first time the screen's been replaced though, because it all came apart pretty easily. But I could be wrong. It could just be the broken bits that have caused that, because they let all sorts of moisture and grease off your hand and stuff. Three minutes left on the video camera. I'll just stop it and start it again. There we go. Right, so that's back on. Let's get this business down up here. So this same idea as the iPhone 6 again. It's got a little sticky bit here on the earpiece locator thing which I showed you earlier. So we just stick this microphone down on there, and that gives us the position for everything else. And then that just, well, this goes on top, fold down there, and then we need to get the plastic bits to locate these as well. And this is just a little bit of white tape which comes off where the ambient light sensor goes. It must be some sort of like diffusion filter or something, just to stop it reacting so fast or abruptly. And then this one for the camera. So we'll just set them in there. And then we can push the light sensor and the proximity sensor into their houses there. Push them down there. And then the speaker has to go into that little groove on that bit that I showed you before. If it doesn't go in there, then it'll sound like you're talking through a sock when you phone somebody, or when they phone you, that'll sound like they're talking through a sock even. I don't think that's in because it's not lined up properly. These boys in. Ah, there we go. Okay. You just have to hold this because it's a bit springy once you've replaced it. You can let it go once you've got 2 screws in. Let's put the last one in. There we go. And that's that. So now we get the text messages. Now we get the phone back. I'll just zoom out a bit. Move all this, not too much. Get the phone back, plug these bad boys in again. This one's the earpiece speaker connector. So the little one there is the home button, and the other one's the LCD, and the other one's the speaker. I'll just put the battery back on. Turn them on, see what we get. Got light, that's good. Just make sure we've got touch and then we'll be away. Can't really test it any further than that because it's disabled just now. Emergency, yes, back. So we've got home button. Seems to be fine. Touch works fine, screen's working fine. I think we're good. I don't know what you're going to be able to see here, it's difficult to do this because you've got to hold the screen up and put the screws in at the same time. So we're just going backwards now. I don't even know if this screw had to come out. I don't think it's part of that shield that it took off. Get something else. Whatever, doesn't matter, it's going back in, isn't it? Just make sure it's still working, nothing came out. Yep, we're good. And then battery cover. I'm not going to put any more adhesive on here because the new screens don't come with replacement adhesive, and there's still plenty of adhesive on the actual thing, on the case, which will, but that's not going to hold it down anyway, so it would probably just end up looking a bit daft with adhesive poking out the sides. So push that up in there, and then push the sides down. Try and do this without cracking the screen. I've only done that once, but that was enough times. So just pull and come down in there. And yep, we're still good. So push that up, take this wee sticker off. But I like to leave the sticky bit on. The sticky bit. And then we're good. Does not, you can't touch this bit, but it touches there. And these are working, which you also can't see because it's too bright. Right, these screws back in now. There we go. Job done. From smashed to fixed in what, 40 minutes? Good. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.